Physics class 11 chapter 7 systems of particles and rotational motion. In the last class we have studied angular momentum in case of rotation about a fixed axis. Today we shall study rolling motion. Rolling motion is very much part of our daily life. All wheels used in transportation have rolling motion, and wheels we used in transportation have got rolling motion. Consider a disc rolling without slipping, that is, at any instant of time, the bottom of the disc that is in contact with the surface is at rest on the surface. Now we consider a disc which is rolling, and it is rolling in such a way that the bottom of the disc that is in contact with the surface is at rest. Okay. Rolling motion is combination of rotation and translation. So rolling motion has got combination of rotation and translation. This we have studied the motion of a rigid body. Okay. So in a rolling motion, the combination of rotation and translation takes place. Okay. Here the translation motion of a system of particle is the motion of its center of mass. Now translation motion of a system of particle will be the motion of its center of mass. That means VCM, velocity of center of mass is translation velocity. So translation velocity will be equal to VCM, velocity of center of mass. Okay, because center of mass will be moving in a translation motion. Center of mass of the rolling disc is at the geometric center C. Now here the center of mass of the rolling disc will be at the geometric center C. Okay, you can look in this figure. This is a disc. Okay, the radius of the disc is capital R, and the geometric center of the disc, that is at this point C, that is equal to, or that also will be equal to, the center of mass. Okay, so it is geometric center and the center of mass are at the point C. So what we can say that therefore VCM is velocity of the C. So velocity of C also will be VCM, because velocity of center of mass is equal to VCM and C is at the geometric center, right? That means velocity of C will be also VCM, and this is parallel to the level surface, and you can see this velocity VCM will be parallel to the level surface. Okay, so this is the VCM, the velocity of the geometric center of mass is VCM, which is parallel to the surface. The rotation motion of disc is about its symmetry axis which passes through C. Now the rotation motion will be about its symmetry axis which passes through C. So the axis which is passing from C, that will be the axis of rotation. Okay, the fixed axis of rotation about which the rotational motion will take place. Velocity of any point of the disc like P0, P1 and P2 consists of two parts. One is the translational velocity VCM and other is linear velocity VR on account of rotation. Now you consider any particle on the disc. Okay, you have taken here P0, P1 and P2. So if you take these particles, then it will have got, velocity will have got two components or two parts. One is translation velocity VCM and other one is the linear velocity VR, and that is on account of the rotation motion. The magnitude of VR equal to R omega. Now we know that the linear velocity and the angular velocity have got the relation V is equal to R omega. So that is what used here, VR equal to R omega. This is the linear velocity and that is due to the rotational motion, where omega is the angular velocity, R is the distance of a point from the disc, and R is the distance of the point from the center C, okay, or from the axis. VR is perpendicular to the radius with respect to point C, and the VR, the linear velocity, is perpendicular to the radius with respect to point C. You can look in this figure. I have taken the point P2, right? So this is the position vector or the distance of P2 from the center C, that is R2. This R2 and VR are perpendicular. Okay, that is what written here, that VR is perpendicular to the radius with respect to point C. So radius of P2 with respect to C is R2, and this will be perpendicular to VR. The velocity V2 of point P2 with its component VR and VCM are shown in the figure. Now see, the P2 has got two parts in velocity, right? Two components. We have said that P2 will consist of two parts. Okay, all the points, but I am taking here P2. Consists of two parts. One is the bilinear VR and one is the velocity translation, that is VCM. If you complete this parallelogram, then the resultant of this will be here, okay, towards the diagonal, that is V2. So this is VCM, this is VR, and the resultant of this is V2, and that is shown in the figure. Okay, so this is the velocity or the resultant velocity of P2. VR is perpendicular to CP2 and V2 is perpendicular to P2 P0. Now see, this VR is perpendicular to P2C, right? And VCM is perpendicular to P1 P2, okay, P1 P2, P1 P0, okay. So it is V2 is perpendicular. Sorry, here mistake is that it will be VCM, okay. Here VCM is perpendicular to P1 P0, okay. Let us correct it. So remember that VR is perpendicular to the radius, right, P2C, and VCM is perpendicular to P1 P0, okay. So this VR is perpendicular to this one and VCM is perpendicular to P1 P0. The line passing through P0 and parallel to omega is called instantaneous axis of rotation. The line which is passing through P0 and parallel to omega, we call it as the instantaneous axis of rotation. At P0, linear velocity VR is exactly opposite to VCM and magnitude of VR equal to R omega. Now at P0, okay, at this point, the linear velocity VR will be exactly opposite to VCM. Okay? The linear velocity of this point P0 will be exactly opposite to VCM, and the magnitude of this VR, the linear velocity VR, will be given as R omega. Okay, the relation between the linear velocity and the angular velocity is VR is equal to R omega, where R, capital I, is the radius of the disc. Okay, so VR value is R omega and VR is exactly opposite to VCM. VCM is like this and VR will be towards this side at point P0. But now condition that P0 is instantaneously at rest. Okay, now we have considered that at this point instantaneously P0, which is in contact with the surface, is at rest. That means if it is at rest, that means we can say that this velocity VCM and VR should be equal. Okay, so VR equal to VCM. Why? Because the point P is at rest. Okay, instantaneously at rest at the surface, at the contact. Okay, therefore VR is equal to VCM. Now that means VCM equal to VR value, we know it is R omega. So you can put VCM also is equal to R omega because VR value is R omega. R is the radius of the disc. Therefore velocity of point P1 at top of this has magnitude. Now this is P0, right? What about the point at the top of the disc P1? At this point P1, the velocity will be VCM plus VR. Okay, at this point velocity is the sum of the linear velocity plus the angular velocity. Okay, translation velocity plus the linear velocity. So it will be VCM plus VR, right? But we already say that VR value is nothing but R omega. So put here R omega. So VCM plus R omega. But again R omega, we already proved that it is VCM equal to, so here we put VCM. So this is VCM plus VCM equal to 2 VCM, and this is directed parallel to the surface. So the velocity of this P1 will be 2 times VCM and it is parallel to the surface. Okay, so it is directed parallel to the surface. The point at the topmost, the velocity is 2 VCM, and the point at the bottom, okay, the velocity will be equal to VCM equal to R omega. Okay, so that is the velocity of the top point, the bottom point, and in between the points will be the velocity will be given by the resultant of VCM and VR. Next we have got kinetic energy of rolling motion. Now we know that the rolling motion has got the combination of translation and rotation, right? Therefore, if you want to find the kinetic energy of the rolling motion, then it will have kinetic energy of translation plus kinetic energy of rotation. Kinetic energy of rotation is half I omega square and kinetic energy of translation is half m v square cm. Okay, VCM square. This is for the rotation motion and this is for the translation motion. Okay, you can interchange this value. Let us interchange. So kinetic energy of rolling body equal to kinetic energy of rotational motion plus kinetic energy of translational motion. So for rotational motion, the formula is 1 by 2 I omega square plus 1 by 2 translation is half mv square. So here for center of mass, that means half mvcm square, right? Where I is the moment of inertia, omega is the angular velocity, m is the mass of the body, and vcm is the velocity of center of mass, right? So these are the terminologies which we have used here. Okay, for these are the notations, that I is equal to moment of inertia, omega is angular velocity, m is the mass of the body, and vcm is the velocity of center of mass, right? Now again we know that I, that is moment of inertia, is given as mk square. What is k? K is the radius of gyration. So I value is mk square. So we substitute I value as mk square, where k is the radius of gyration. Also vcm. vcm, we already proved that it is vcm equal to r omega, right? So we can put here vcm is equal to r omega. Put here vcm value as r omega. But this means if I transfer r over here, what will be omega value? vcm by r. Okay, now go back to this equation. K is equal to 1 by 2, I value you put as mk square, and omega value is from here vcm by r. So we have omega square, so vcm by r whole square. Okay, vcm by r whole square, and this I equal to mk square, plus I just keep this value as it is 1 by 2 m vcm square, right? Now you can look, both these values have got some common identities, common values. So 1 by 2 is there, 1 by 2 is there, take common. M is there, take common. VCM square, and here also VCM square. So VCM square also can take common. So I am taking common half m VCM square. Now what remains here is k square remains, here r square remains, all these are taken out. Plus here everything is taken, so here remains 1. So we have found that the kinetic energy of a rolling motion is k equal to half, I am just writing this value, m VCM square, k square by r square plus 1. Okay, so this is the kinetic energy of the rolling motion. This can apply to any rolling body. It can be applied to a disc, a ring, a cylinder, or a sphere. Okay, so it can apply to any rolling body. We'll keep this much for today. Thank you very much.